everybody, and welcome to another DCAU update. This is actually going to be the final DCAU update of 2018, also closing out the reviews that mark the 80th anniversary of Superman. And it is only appropriate that we close out 2018 with this specific film in the DC Animated Universe library, as this is the first in the library to actually give us a sequel, which will appropriately carry on in 2019 when we celebrate the 80th anniversary of Batman. And that, of course, is Superman Batman Public Enemies, which is based on the Jeff Loeb graphic novel. And another interesting landmark was not only did this specific film give us the first sequel in the library, it also gave three major names in Bruce Timm's DC Animated Universe a chance to reprise their roles. And that is Tim Daly voicing Superman, Kevin Conroy voicing Batman, and Clancy Brown voicing Lex Luthor. So in this crazy twist of events in this film, Lex Luthor becomes the president as America is in dire straits and needs a way to revitalize itself. And when Lex Luthor becomes the president, he decides that he wants to use superheroes to do his bidding to keep everything in order. Or at least that's what he says, because we all know who Lex Luthor is, and we all know that there's always an interesting ace up his sleeve. And all of a sudden, he finds out that there is a gigantic meteor heading to Earth that is made out of pure kryptonite that has the ability to destroy it. And through all of this, he tries, using the media, using his image, to put the blame on Superman. And when he manages to achieve that, he also manages to throw out a bounty of $1 billion to hunt Superman down and bring him to justice. So then you've got heroes and villains and everybody else under the sun trying to capture Earth's greatest son, and the only person who is there to prove that he is innocent is, of course, another guy who nobody truly trusts, and that, of course, is Batman. So this movie, when I first saw it, I enjoyed it a great deal. It had tons of action. The animation was right out of the Jeff Loeb comic, with the muscle on muscle and the punches that kicks that felt like thunder. It still is probably the most fun that I have when it comes to all of these DC animated films. Some great lighthearted humor. I really appreciate the fact that this is not one of the films that takes itself too seriously. It knows when to step back and just make you enjoy it. It also has so many amazing things that DC fans crave. Almost every villain and hero under the DC sun makes an appearance in this film. More villains than heroes, though, but it is still great to see certain heroes throughout the film. But the weakest part about this film is the fact that the plot has a very weak third act. I am so much enveloped in this entire story as it begins and as it continues, but then it gets to the point where the story just goes completely out there. A certain tone, a certain theme that you get in the very beginning, all of a sudden takes an unexpected, extreme sci-fi fantasy twist, and it just makes me get lost. It's such a letdown after such a strong two-thirds of a film to get such a weak third act. You even see it in the dialogue. I think that the lines that come out of these characters are really, really dumbed down, and it's just not as fun and exciting as the first two acts. Unfortunately, it's a sad thing to say, because I really do still have a great time with this movie, and knowing that it actually was going to get a sequel made me a little bit upset over the fact that we were starting on a smaller negative note. I mean, still a very positive, but just not the entirety of excitement just because of this little downturn that we get in the third act. However, if you want to see a fun DC animated film, if you just love those great voices that you grew up with, and you want to see them in a full-length film animated in all of its DC glory, then Superman Batman Public Enemies is definitely one for you. And I'm really excited to go over its sequel in 2019, but for now we're just going to have to wait until we officially get the changing of the anniversary guards. So I just want to say thank you, everybody, for sitting down with me this year and going over all of these brand new DC animated films that we got, but also taking the time to sit down for a couple of additional episodes that celebrated the 80th anniversary of the Man of Steel. And let me tell you, it is amazing to know that Superman has been such an iconic character for all these years, and I'm looking forward to celebrating his 90th. So thank you very much for watching. As always, everybody, leave your comments in the box below, and let's discuss Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.